at this level when you play against the teams of the quality of Orlando Pirates. Oh, clearance there! Oh my word! Talk about improvisation there from Norman Williams. Jeez, that was almost a terrible mistake by Grant Kekana.
It was indeed. I mean, look at the ball that has been played by Siema. Hoto just, winning the ball inside the box. Yes, Grant Kekana trying to clear, but it wasn't clear enough. But look at Hoto reacting with his right foot. But save there from this man, Ronan Williams. He had to improvise because he came bouncing from him.
That's a great ball, Apollos! And another stunning save from Ronan Williams. Well, this one came straight at him, though. But what a ball to pick out from Butuma.
What a ball indeed being played there by Apollos, finding space. One would expect maybe for him to carry the ball, but he just took a glance inside the box. He saw Butuma there making that run. And Butuma just, unfortunate for him that he headed the ball straight to Ronan Williams.
The flag has stayed down here. What a challenge. Oh my goodness. What does the referee say? He says he got the ball. Oh my goodness. That is some high risk defending, but wow. The flag stayed down and Maswanganyi was in on goal, but the recovery tackle there, we'll see it in a moment. Could be a chance here. Brian Leon! Oh, from one end to the other. From nearly conceding, they go and score at the other end. It's 3 goals in 3 matches for Brian Leon.
And we spoke earlier about the inclusion of Santos into the team. We spoke about the creative spark that he has to bring into the team, the one that has been missing when he was suspended. When you see this goal, you look at his pass, you look at the run, you look at the delay also, because the London Pirates are trying to play also that high line. You look at the run that this man, Leon, has to make, and for Santos to be able to find him, but also he still had work to do inside the box to be able to control and finish at an awkward angle. You see here the patient build-up, but look at where Santos finds himself. Out wide, creating space, realizing that in the middle is too congested. But look at the time that he's buying. Look at Leon making that run, because Siema also plays on one side, but he still had a lot of work to do.
Oh, what a finish.
Yeah.
What a finish. And they take the lead. The MAMELODI Sundowns. Brian Leon, a Colombian. And it's a wonderful finish there. I suppose you put it the one place where you could have actually scored.
Yeah.
Sipo Chain had covered the near post.
Yeah.
That's an excellent finish. That's 3 goals in 3 Premiership matches for Leon. And of course, he scored now in back-to-back matches as well, having scored at the weekend. Santos. It's a fabulous pass to pick out Brian Leon. Space here for Aubrey Modiba down this right-hand side. Looks to slip in Ryan. Whoa! Leon on the double. Aubrey Modiba with a fabulous pass to slip him in. And this is super quality stuff. This is ruthless stuff from MAMELODI Sundowns. The champions are turning it on at FNB Stadium. Ronan Williams has run the length of the field to come and bow down before the Colombian, forming his own cartel. The man could make it easy.
4 goals in 4 days. What? Such a great run from Leon. Again, we spoke about his characteristics as a player that really likes to make those type of runs over the shoulder with enough space and time with MAMELODI Sundowns in that midfield. Look at Aubrey also hugging the line, also on the right hand side of Orlando Pirates, but look at the run that he makes behind Siema yet again. Unable there in the first instance where Sibisi was able to cover him, but this time around I think this brilliant ball being played by Modiba there. Look at this man making sure that he gets in with that tackle.
We have seen 2 quality goals. The construction and the finish. Of course, 2 of them having been in MTN 8 semi-finals. And then the Premiership clash out at Loftus. And also in a 1-1 draw. Chance here! Oh my goodness, Butuma rattles the crossbar again. Another great chance from Butuma. and this time denied by the frame of a goal. It's his goal. He could have, deflection, huge deflection, and it's another deflected goal for Tito Maswanganyi. Huge deflection that it took, as it did over the weekend, and there's nothing Ronwen Williams could do about that. And wow, just after Mputuma rattled the woodwork, that is just what Pirates needed. The early goal.
Yeah, I mean, the early goal. Look at the ball being played. Nice ball being played by Opolis there. Mputuma could have done better. And yet again, you know, they're winning that second ball. It still finds them in an attacking positions. But for Tito, again, just taking those chances outside the box. We spoke a little bit earlier. You know, I heard Stiga speaking about the number of goals that Orlando Pirates have scored outside the box. And this man here, Tito, caused with a deflection as well. Just troubled Ronwen Williams. But this is the goal that they needed. 80 on to the second half. Just so intent that they can actually come back into the game. You can see Taves they're trying to block that one. There was nothing there that Ronwen Williams could have done.
Goes in back-to-back matches then for Tito Maswanganyi. And he has brought Pirates right back into it. Matthews works it wide to Mutiba. And good work there for Makaula to intercept. There's a shot from range, and it'll fall for Morena. Good recovery from Dion Otto there. That was quite a shot.
I mean, it was a range where we've seen Debza pulls the trigger there.
Comes in, gets up wall, and it comes off the crossbar. And then the whistle saw, the referee saw something in there. It was Ndamani that got up for that one. He was nearly getting in the way of, the Chain was a beaten man there.
Also, Chinese had a little bit of a touch there with the fingertips. Orlando Pirates had problems in terms of defending that.
And I think Coach Wadu must get massive credit for that, and how Pirates have managed to deal with their frailties at set-piece time, especially from corners. It's been that was a shot from Mokoena.
Yeah.
He really got a hold of that one. And reaction from the front men of Sundowns wasn't quick enough. Should have anticipated a bit better.
Yeah, that should have. And also maybe China as well maybe might be a little bit disappointed himself because you'd want to carry it on the side.
Now, Ronwen Williams reacted quickest there. See what is indicating about the knee. See, there's some kind of a signal. Otto playing it with Makaula. Nice little ball over the top, and Mputuma could be in here. Tried to control it. Just that first touch got it wrong, but the flag was up again. That's quite a number of times that they've been caught offside. Orlando Pirates, 7 times.
Yeah, because here on, I think he was onside.
I think he was onside. I don't know that he was offside there.
I think he was onside there.
I just miscontrolled the ball there. 7 is quite a high number though of offside. And that's obviously a plan that Sundowns have worked on. There's a player down for Pirates.
Much intensity, such is expected from a player that hasn't been playing before.
So double change coming up for Orlando Pirates. Chris Mudau. Allende plays it with, and they call him Dada. That's Divine Lunga. Just trying to manage the game, as they say. The Cape is at 1-1 now. Magesi have drawn level in that one. And here it's still 2-1. Now, Zwane slowed it right down now. The game has slowed right down. And there's two players that have been waiting to come on, are still there, Royan and Sendami. Referee stops play, and it's going to be, will allow the changes to. The father's given a free kick. Butuma's races run. Can count himself a little unlucky not to have been on the score sheet tonight to complete.
Of course, especially in the first half. Of course, we can may forgive him for the second half one, because then Tito Osaganya was able to score, but I guess from the first half he had plenty of chances, maybe two of them, could have at least buried one, especially being a player also that has been on the score sheet in a couple of weeks for Orlando Pirates.
And he hit the upright there early in that passage of play that led to the goal by Maswanganyi. Zimbabwean internationals, there two players who had the Nations Cup together, Sendami and Lunga.
Yeah, they were in this camp together in the national team, and Sendani as well, that is yet to really make an impact, still new into the team. A lot is expected from him. Great talent that has been brought into this Orlando Pirates side.
That's the man, well, I tell you, Wadu has raided his former club. Nemtajela, Sendami,
and Chabatani as well.
Chabatani as well, yeah. And now, that's why also Ghanaians are finding themselves really struggling at the minute. They've really been up against it of Marumo Gallants, who made it, of course, to the final of the Black Label Cup against Orlando Pirates. They lost to Orlando Pirates. One or two trophies that Pirates have already got in the bag. And they're working on two, but they have been shown here tonight that it's not going to be an easy fight for this one. That is the Betway Premiership Trophy. The 15-time champions are not going to let it go without a big fight, looking for their 9th title in a row. Stembazwani late on De Jong there. He's given away a set piece, given a free kick in a position that will allow Pirates to float the ball into the box here. Tiba is helping out at the back there. Sendami going the wrong way. Space popping up on the left wing. Mofoking, by his normally very high standards, is at a quiet game. Suspicion of offside there, but the referee's flag stayed down. The man goes down there, is Sendami. But no big appeals for anything. No.
And also the referee, his positioning as well is not too far from the play.
And I think that's been the case for most of the game. He's been spot on and well positioned to make the big calls. To the last 2.5 minutes of this one. Hearing we're going to have a minimum of 3 minutes to be added on at the end of this half. The Sundowns have dropped 6 points from winning positions in this season. Only Chippa United and Makesi with 8 have dropped more points. That's an unusual statistic for a team like MAMELODI Sundowns.
Sad to show you then the difficulties that they've had this season, the challenges that they had to face. But whenever they've been called upon in a game of significance, game of such magnitude, they're able to step up and they'll be able to, challenge. And this is exactly what they're doing tonight.
Looks at his watch. and confirms that 4 minutes is up on his clock as well. It's job done. Mamelodi Sundowns, an embattled Mamelodi Sundowns, crazy that I should say, an embattled Mamelodi Sundowns, given that they're second on the table.
Yeah.
But tonight, they've come out with a statement win, Tiko Modise.
It was a statement win indeed. It was a 6-pointer for both teams. You look at Orlando Pirates coming into this game as a team that had carried the momentum. You win this game, you open up a little bit of a gap, you give yourself enough room against your arch-rivals, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns coming from a back, over the weekend, a very, very tough game against FCL in the Champions League. Coming into this game, knowing that you can't afford to lose this game, they had to step up, and those opportunities that they had, Leon was able there to be able to punish, just to narrow the gap, to keep the league exciting. This is how it looks right now.
So much love and so much respect. Of course, what you are looking here, essentially, we've been watching the national team, Bafana in action, so the players very familiar with one another here, but that's what it means on the table then. Pirates suffer only their second defeat at home. It is their first defeat in 15 matches now. Most impressive as Lebo Mutiba takes the opportunity to practice his French there with Awadu. And yeah, it's really been a massive, massive win for Sundowns. It is a 4th win in 9 matches on the road. And for this man, I think he'll be very satisfied with what he's seen here tonight. He has plotted and come up with a perfect plan and well executed by his players. And yeah, he is poker-faced because he knows there'll be many battles up front. But yeah, the 6-pointer, it was a blockbuster. It was the marquee fixture in the Betway Premiership. It has